Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It is July 27th, and this is week 8 of 26.2 at 50, where I'm talking about my journey to run the Portland Marathon this year in October at 50 years old. So I just completed my week eight of the training plan, which was about 37 miles of running, including 15 this morning. So this was my longest long run so far, kind of stretching out my endurance. And I felt pretty good. I ran at a pace of about 10 minutes and 17 seconds per mile, which is kind of right in the range where I want to be to hopefully run a 4 hour marathon in October. So the point again of the long runs on Sundays is really just kind of building the endurance over the longer distance. Earlier in the week, I ran 4 on Tuesday, 7 on Wednesday, 4 on Thursday, and I ran 7 more yesterday. We're almost halfway through this training plan, which is, it's kind of wild. It feels like I've been doing it for longer than that. But yeah, next week will be week 9 of 18. So yeah, things are going well. I mean, I feel good even getting back from that run. I definitely kind of feel it in my knees, but more in a like you just ran 15 miles kind of way, not in a like hurting way. I do seem to have a small issue. I noticed after the 14-mile run last Sunday, I have a small blister on the tip of on my left foot, like the index toe, like the toe right next to my big toe, kind of right on the tip. I have like a little bit of a blister, but I've been covering it, and it certainly isn't getting any worse. And like I said, I ran 37 miles with it this week, and nothing really happened. Like I covered it, and nothing happened today. So I think I'll just be mindful of it, be aware of it, but seems to be okay. Anyway, I kind of wanted to talk a little bit. I realized I haven't done any sort of discussion of kind of, I guess this is kind of like the public service announcement part of this channel. So I started this to describe my journey of trying to run a 4 hour marathon at 50 years old. And it would warm my heart if that was inspiring to people. Like if there are people out there kind of in their middle age years who are maybe not as healthy as they'd like to be, just getting a sense of what might be possible for them, and just taking some inspiration from this. And I do think, I love to run. I think running is a great form of exercise, and honestly, signing up for races has been a really great thing for me just because it encourages me to stay more disciplined. So, under normal circumstances with no race to really work towards, I my motivation to exercise kind of comes and goes like it does for everybody. And it can be a little bit harder to, even for someone who likes to run, to be like, okay, I'm just going to like go out and run today just because it's exercise and that's good for me. But when you've signed up for a race, then it's a little bit of a different thing. Like, okay, I have this specific thing and the specific distance on a specific day. I've paid money to do it. I've committed to doing it. And it's a different question. Like, okay, I have to like get out there and do the work so that I'm ready for that. And yeah, setting yourself goals like that can really be helpful for keeping yourself more disciplined and helping yourself to get healthier, really. But I do want to be clear, like if you're watching this and taking inspiration, like maybe I'll run a marathon. Be safe. Like make sure that that is something you're physically able to do, or at least to work up to. And because I do want to be completely transparent, like I'm running this year. I'm hoping to finish in 4 hours, which is, it's not an insane pace, but it's definitely like it's a very good time. for any non-professional runner, particularly at my age. But to be clear, I'm like my baseline for running is like I have run 2 half marathons already this year. I ran 2 half marathons last year. I ran 2 half marathons the year before. Like I run a lot. And even when I'm not race training, like my normal running path, it's kind of right by the river outside where we live. And it's a 4.5 mile path. So up and back 9 miles, like that's just going running for me. Like even when I'm not training for a race, I'll do that 2, maybe 3 times a week. So my starting point is that I already run a lot. So running a marathon is not like a huge leap for me. It's like I have to prepare for it and be disciplined and really take care of my body, but it's like it's something I can do. If you're not starting from a similar baseline, that might be kind of a different decision for you. And if you're really inspired to do it, I mean, I definitely would recommend speaking with your physician about your plan and what they think of it, and kind of helping you to set realistic expectations. Like I said on another video, I'm not a physician myself. I'm not a healthcare provider. I don't want to give anyone medical advice. So all I can really do is tell you like some things that are worth thinking about that you would want to have a discussion with a doctor about. I'm not really going to give you any specific advice, but you would definitely want to think about like having kind of a full physical exam, be like really honest about like anything you have going on, any medications you're taking, any supplements you're taking. And you would want to first of all have a discussion about like any health problems. I mean, especially talking about doing this in middle age, like as we get older, some of us have like chronic health issues going on, and you would want to have a good discussion with a doctor about whether any of those health problems might pose a problem for your hope to run a marathon. So obvious example, if you have arthritis, running is very hard on the joints, and you would want to get the input of a professional on how you would need to train, how you would need to kind of approach that. Another chronic health problem that might be a problem would be asthma. Asthma can be exacerbated by exercise. You would need a plan for that. Cardiovascular problems, that would be another thing you would definitely want to take into account when deciding whether to do a distance race. Any medications that you're taking, again, you would want to have a good discussion with a doctor about whether any medications might be a problem. And you would want to get their advice on things like diet planning, hydration planning, exercise planning, like non-running exercises that you could do when you're not training, like strength work. Everybody's different. I'm not going to say that every single doctor's word is going to be absolute gospel. Like but you should definitely hear them out. So I hope that's helpful. And I thank you all for listening. It's been kind of fun doing this channel, so I hope you're enjoying it. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to leave me a comment. And otherwise, I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.